I was to let the gaming climate today dictate how I feel about video games, I'd be fucking miserable. And what I mean by that is I do like video games with really high FPS, but that is not the reason why I play video games. Because if we let like the vocal minority run video games, we'd get very shitty graphics and very high FPS all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, video games with low graphics and high FPS have a place in the industry, but that is not what, to me, is forward pushing for video games as a whole. And the reason why I play video games is because I desire high technology and immersion. One of my favorite games of all time is Cyberpunk, and to this day, no RPG or action RPG matches the quality that we saw back in 2020 or 2019. I forgot when it launched. CDPR's decision to make Cyberpunk 2077 is of the immersion factor, something that is highly beneficial for the entire game as a whole. What I love so much about Cyberpunk 2077 is that when you're entering a dialogue sequence, it's not just your character standing in front of the NPC and you're making dialogue choices and they do stoic expressions alongside just standing in front of you as if they're a robot. No, your character, it depends on the environment, but like, for example, if you chose Street Kid, you have to talk to one of the person that owes the bartender money. You go to him and your character sits on the desk or the table, the seating area that he's at, the booth, and he places his arm. You can move the camera, you can see the shoulder and the arm placed on top of each other. He does nuanced animations and nuanced expressions with his hands. When you're speaking to the person across from you, I don't remember his name, but he is leaning, he has a book on his hand, he does gestures, and then his bodyguard sitting next to you on the right, has nothing to do with the dialogue, but if you look over to him, you can actually interact with him in a way that a dialogue would happen, and you can say an opinion on him, and then you look towards him, and as they're explaining the situation, there's expression, there's minor details, there's characteristics, there's personality. It just feels like you're part of that conversation. Yes, we have Baldur's Gate 3 where it's quite immersive with the animations and dialogue, but it's more cinematic rather than immersion. The camera angles are different, characters are pacing back and forth and stuff like that, just like CP 2077, but it's the first person immersive aspect that makes it feel so rich and unique, and no other RPG game is doing that. And that makes me super excited for Cyberpunk 2077 Part 2 or whatever, the next iteration of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm excited for that because CDPR, when they make video games, it's not just a video game like Obsidian's work. For example, I just finished Outer World 1 and 2. Fantastic immersive game, but is nothing compared to the immersive factor that we see in Cyberpunk 2077. All right, I finished what I was doing. That's it for me. I'm done ranting. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments and follow me for more content.